they noticed that I'm not quite level, so we were working on trying to figure out where, how, what to do there. And so I felt movement going on in the shoulder area, region area.
So how was your state during or after? Before, during, and after?
Very relaxed. Started off heavier and then became lighter as we talked about it more and moved on.
And were you a practitioner?
Oh yeah, I feel good.
Practitioner received more benefits than the class?
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. So did you know that that was the place to go, or how you got there?
I just noticed one shoulder was a little higher than the other, but I don't really question what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
So you saw one shoulder off, and what did you do?
I was using a lot of numbers.
Okay.
Sorry.
Whatever came.
And were you a practitioner or client, or you were observer? What?
She was a practitioner.
I was working
You received a special treatment.
I did.
So what did you feel?
And it went back by 5, and at 10 she seemed to respond to that.
Stayed at 10 and was out on the playground playing.
Yeah, and very often it might not even be an exact experience that you would remember, because for a 10-year-old, a little something, maybe your mother was like that, or your friend didn't show up for your birthday party, and it's a big devastation for a 10-year-old that you might not even remember at this point.
No, but I do remember at 10 being in the gym and running into the wall.
Oh, wow. It was a big experience.
Yeah, so I do remember that.
She said, "Oh, I'm just going to work on you. I don't want to know anything else that's bothering you or anything, because your body's going to take care of itself. And all I'm going to do is either see something, like I saw that little, it's like a tea container that I needed to unlock a little there. Just like this, and you're just, supposedly if you go into physics, you're just a bunch of
Waves.
waves
They can sometimes be particles.
and particles, and all I'm doing is throwing that stone like right in the middle where I touched, let it go, and then come back to where it needs to be. That's why your body's doing it itself. And all I'm doing is just messing it up so it reorganizes. In my mind, that's how I do it. But like big dog. Swim it over here and swim it over there.
So, let's just see, how would it feel like if you close your eyes and just notice what you notice in your body? So come back to us and share what's that different sensation after every question that I ask.
Yes. And what I noticed, I felt as though my arms and my hands began to swell. And then I actually did notice the blood circulating through my arms and my hands particularly. And that's what I was noticing, paying attention to.
Okay, and was it a different sensation as I keep asking the question?
It did. It went in stages. It went from the swelling first and then the circulation portion.
So what happens a lot, and it happened to me a lot, that I was looking for something bigger and bigger, but I was not actually putting my attention and noticing what's happening. And I was not allowing myself to have a bigger noticing. Not that I didn't have experience, I had an experience, I just didn't have a noticing of that experience. So when you are having any metrics or any experience, because everything is a matrix, just keep asking yourself an open-ended question, like how would it feel like if I could actually notice all of it or track my experience, or how I can bring this experience a notch up, how I can intensify it, and then you'll be able to notice more. Because you're always shifting, like when I'm standing with you, I can sense the shift because I'm tracking with my body, your energetic field, I can know what's going on, and I can see a small portion of it in your field, but you could not notice it as much because you did not really put your attention on it. Yeah. So you don't have to concentrate on it all the time, but if you want to notice a bigger experience, then you just ask yourself,
Focus.
and not focusing necessarily on how it would be, but more on how would it feel if I would experience it on a bigger way. So you don't limit yourself, you actually open the door for more sensations. And that's how you become, how you can make your everyday life and experience the experience of matrix. So, as you know, reality has a lot of different possibilities. What you look at is just one possibility. And very often we think we have a choice if we settle on something. It might not be a choice, it might be just one possibility and there are more. So what I've done with the everyday thing is I would put in my head that does not exist anymore an intention that every step I walk is a shift. And I allow myself to notice as I'm walking, like let's say I want $11,000 in my account by the end of this month. That'd be amazing, because I actually have people that owe me this money. So I walk and I go, how would it feel like if that would be happening now? And how would it feel like if I can actually allow that to happen? And how would it feel like if I get the check in the mail and I open this and I see it and it feels so good and now I'm depositing it in my bank, and how would it feel like when I see that deposit made and now I can write some more checks for metrics or whatever, right? So every step you make or every movement you can make it about every time I look, I see a new window of opportunities opening. Or every time I touch somebody, I bring the light, or I intensify the energy. Or every time I step, I bring the column of light, and anybody who walks through that place is illuminated. I mean, there are thousands of possibilities, but that's what you can do for yourself, because if you're a column of light, you are illuminated already. You're doing it for others, but who's benefiting? Yeah? Practitioner always benefits more than the client, and it's getting paid. So it's like, get practicing when it's not count. It doesn't count. Like not in your office, not where you see the clients. Get practicing in a store when somebody's having ooh, and you just bring your attention to your heart and just frequency 8. Integrate your heart with that person. Or send, frequency 3 and harmonize and balance that environment. Just do it because you want to do it for yourself, because you want a more harmonic environment, not necessarily for that person to be fixed and not stop arguing. They might still argue, you'll feel harmony.